My name is Lisa Springsteel Dupré. I'm the author of the book Becoming a Fashion Designer, which was published by Wiley in 2013, as well as a consultant to emerging fashion designers. It was a fantastic journey. For the book, I really wanted it to be all about insider information that you can't get unless you read the book. So I interviewed really top designers who just offer invaluable advice, like Manolo Blahnik and Ralph Rucci and Anna Sui. Nanette Lepore wrote the foreword for my book, which was really fantastic and an honor for me. And they really tell you about their struggles and their stories and how they made it and all the obstacles they faced getting there. The inspiration was putting together a book that had all the tools and resources that one needs to become a designer. So from educational requirements to what to expect, to work culture, to how the politics work in the industry. Things I wanted to touch on topics that others were either afraid to touch on in other books or just didn't think it was important enough. So I think that's been invaluable to my readers. Is really this is the truth, and it takes a certain personality, especially in New York, to work in the industry, but pretty much anywhere. And I go into all those details, but also just to get advice from successful people who have made it. I think was definitely my inspiration. I think this goes back to my point about having a vision and sticking to it no matter what field you're in. I know that originally I took my book to various literary agents in New York, and everyone had a different idea of how I should position it. And I remember with one pretty prominent agency telling them that I wasn't interested in her idea and that I wanted it to be written by me. Her suggestion was that I collaborate with a fashion school like Parsons or FIT. And when I said no, it's not going along with my vision, she was basically like, do you know who I am? How could you say no? And I think it goes back to believing in yourself, believing in your vision, and knowing if you keep persevering and sticking to that, eventually it's going to work. Belief to me is not so much about believing in yourself and your abilities, but personally for me, it's about having the faith to keep believing and keep persevering no matter what obstacles you face. And I actually thought it would be nice to share a couple of quotes on this topic that really speak to how I feel about belief. One is from the great motivational speaker Anthony Robbins. He said, if you develop the absolute sense of certainty that powerful beliefs provide, then you can get yourself to accomplish virtually anything, including those things that other people are certain are impossible. And from Norman Vincent Peale, the author of The Power of Positive Thinking, this quote really speaks to me. He said, no matter how dark things seem to be or actually are, raise your sights and see possibilities. Always see them, for they're always there.